Someone hurt me and I stayed quiet. Not because I was weak, but because I was waiting for God.
You know, sometimes life can be really funny. Not funny like, haha, but funny like, why is this even happening to me? Because tell me, how do you explain it when someone hurts you and you just keep quiet? You didn't shout, you didn't react, you didn't even defend yourself. You just stood there like, God, I leave this for you. But deep down, it wasn't easy, let's be honest. That thing broke you. Yeah, it broke you more than people know. Because outside, you were still smiling. Hey, I'm fine. I'm good. But inside was a different story. You were fighting battles nobody could see. Crying at night, thinking, overthinking, replaying everything in your head. Why did they do that to me? What did I do wrong? God, are you even seeing this? Be honest, you asked that question before. God, where were you? Because it felt like he was just watching, silent, not saying anything, not doing anything, just there. And sometimes that silence can be painful, very painful. But listen to me carefully. God was not silent the way you think. He was watching everything. Not some things, not the big things only, everything. That moment you almost cried in public but held it in, he saw it. That night you turned your face to the pillow so nobody would hear you, yeah, he saw that too. That message, that insult, that disrespect, that thing that made you feel this small, God saw it. Slow tone. You were never alone, not even for 1 second. See, we humans, we like instant results. If something happens today, we want God to respond today. God, they hurt me, do something now. But God doesn't work like that. Sometimes he watches first. Not because he's weak, not because he doesn't care, but because he's setting something up. Let me explain. There are battles you fight, and there are battles God fights for you. And trust me, you don't want to be on the wrong side when God decides to step in. Because when he moves, he doesn't make noise. He doesn't argue. He doesn't explain. He just changes things silently. And the scary part, the people who hurt you, they think they got away with it. They think because you didn't react, because you didn't fight, because you didn't expose them, that it's over. But it's not. It's really not. Because what they don't understand is this. Your silence was not weakness. It was trust. You handed it over to God. And when you do that, you step back and God steps in. Slow, deep tone. And when God steps in, things begin to shift. You may not see it immediately, but something is happening. Doors will start opening for you in places you didn't expect. Peace will start entering your life in a way you can't explain. And those same people, they will start facing things they don't understand. Not because you wished them bad, but because God is a God of justice. Listen, you don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to explain your pain. You don't need to fight for validation. God already saw it, and that is enough. So, if you are listening to me right now, and you are carrying something heavy, something painful, something nobody else knows about, I need you to hold on just a little longer, because your story is not over. What happened to you will not be wasted. That pain, it will speak. Not for your shame, but for your strength. And one day, you'll look back and say, God, you were there all along. Because he saw what they did to you. And trust me, he has the final say.
And you know something? A lot of people don't understand this part. They think because nothing happened immediately, then nothing will happen at all. No, it doesn't work like that. God is not in a hurry like us. We want instant answers, instant justice, instant results. But God, He is intentional. Everything He does is on purpose. Let me tell you something deep. There are some situations in your life that had to happen the way they did, not because they were good, but because they revealed people. Yes, they revealed hearts, people you trusted, people you believed in, people you thought would stand by you, and then suddenly they showed you who they really were. Painful, right? Very painful. But imagine if that never happened. Imagine if you never saw their true colors. You would still be close to them, still trusting them, still opening your heart to people who never valued you. So sometimes, what looks like pain is actually protection. God allowed you to see what was hidden. He allowed that situation so you wouldn't stay blind. And I know, it didn't feel like protection. It felt like betrayal. It felt like heartbreak. It felt like loss. But one day, you will understand it differently. You will look back and say, God, thank you for exposing what I could not see. Because not everyone in your life is meant to stay. Some people are lessons, some people are warnings, and some people are simply part of a chapter, not your whole story. And here's the part that will surprise you. God didn't just see what they did to you, He also saw how you responded. He saw your restraint. He saw how you chose not to fight back. He saw how you stayed quiet, even when you had every right to react. That matters. That really matters, because your response speaks louder than their actions. While they were hurting, you were enduring. While they were breaking,
Someone
you
hurt me
were
and I
growing.
stayed quiet.
And God
Not
sees
because
that
I was
difference.
weak, but because I was waiting
Nothing
for
you went
God.
through is wasted. Nothing. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you felt alone, it is all part of something bigger. God is building something in you. Strength you didn't know you had. Patience you never thought you could carry. A level of peace that doesn't depend on people anymore. Because let's be honest, people can disappoint. People can change. People can hurt you without even thinking twice. But God, He doesn't change. He doesn't forget, and He doesn't overlook anything. So, don't rush your process. Don't feel like you are behind. Don't feel like nothing is happening. Even in the silence, something is moving. Even when you don't see it, God is working. And one day, you won't just be healed, you'll be stronger, wiser, untouchable in a way you never were before. Not because life became perfect, but because you changed. And that is something nobody can take from you. So hold on. Don't lose faith. Don't let what they did change who you are. Because in the end, it's not about what they did to you. It's about what God is doing in you. And trust me, He is not finished yet.
My child, always remember to pray, and don't forget to subscribe to Stronger Than Sadness.